and coming to be and passing away, is one of very great interest to the pure Aristotelians. It deals primarily with the four elements known to us being air, earth, water, and fire. He characterizes them as changeable and prefers the term simple bodies as they possess various distinctive qualities in different combinations. Meteorology discusses not only what the title suggests to our modern day sensibilities but also subjects such as astronomy, geology, and geography. The work is the at least useful of the four discussed here as it deals with theories that have long since been disapproved and discarded.
As what I've read on the book of Aristotle, known as On Generation and Corruption, it is also known as On Coming to Be and Passing Away, is that it is about what are things made of and how do they come into being. So Aristotle's description how object come to be is based on his understanding of substance as having matter and form. When matter and form combine to produce a substance, this is known as substantial change or creation of a substance. Like for example, matter, a bronze, combining with form to become a new substance is bronze statue. Also identified another group that there were multiple fundamentals, materials, principal elements, as compatible with the belief that generation is the primary mechanism of coming into being. Since object must be composition of the multiple material principles and elements. According to Aristotle, one group Greek philosopher, those who believe in single fundamental materials principle of all things, is compatible with the belief that alteration is the only way for entities to come into being, because according to single principle logic, all object must be different alteration of the same primary substance.
So, on philosophical observation of oncoming to be and passing away, it is a form of knowledge emerging in these different ages, and there are also different. So, at the age of inception, during the time of pre-Socratics, or perhaps to Plato and Aristotle, where possess predominates as the ground. Philosophy and episteme develop as higher form of knowledge. Then, with the Christianity, God comes to be the new hypokemenon upon which medieval doctrina and scientia have been formed. And finally, modernity is marked as replacement of God, the human beings, who have assumed the hypokemenon onto themselves with its corresponding from a higher knowledge as science.
We all know that we have plenty of philosophers in this world, including Aristotle. But let me point some philosophers, including their own words, like Socrates and Plato, etc. Socrates believed that all humanity possessed and was capable of such knowledge. Plato believed that his ideas referred to as form were all connected and arranged in a hierarchy, with the greatest of all forms being form of good. In Augustine, or Saint Augustine, he was a religious idealist who speculated that God created knowledge and that we must uncover this unchanging truth. I will say something about some schools of thoughts. I may say two school of thoughts: the nihilism. Nihilism came from Latin word nihil, or means nothing. This nihilism is a form of problems in a one school of thought. Other one is Stoicism. This school is focused on things that don't go on our way. For example, it's raining and you can stop it. Like you wash your car and you put some wax on it, then it rain. We can stop that. That's all.
Ungeneration and corruption, also known as on coming to be and passing away, is theorized by Aristotle in the history of European thought. Discussion of corruption in politics and the possibility of achieving non-corrupt politics immediately suggests the Greek philosophers, particularly Socrates and Plato, but also their immediate success in the late classical and Hellenistic periods. To Aristotle, the political idea is similarly the rule of ideally wise and virtuous individual or family, or through a broader aristocracy of truly virtuous men. The correct forms of government are those in which the one, the few, or the many govern with a view to the common interest, but the government which rule with a view to the private interest, whether of the one or the few or of the many, are deviations.